Bruce's big call Dinar Intel Thursday night, the 3rd of October 24. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Transcribed by Wiser, now emailed to Recaps Music. Welcome everybody to the big call tonight. It is Thursday, October 3rd, and you're listening to the big call. Thanks everybody for tuning in all over the globe. Thank you satellite team, or SAT team, as I call them, for getting the signal out to many countries. Maybe not all 209, but many countries around the globe. Thank you guys for doing that and getting that out, and we just look forward to getting out here on another Tuesday or Thursday night. Tonight is Thursday. And so we'll bring you the best information that we have at this time. So before we get started, let's pray the call in. Thank you, Bob. I guess we're about 12 or 13 after the hour now, and okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk about where in the world we are with this thing. I can tell you that the information that came in yesterday and last night is pointing toward today for our notifications for not only us but bondholders, both within a 24-hour period. Hence a true shotgun start for bondholders in Tier 3 and those of us in Tier 4, Tier 4A and Tier 4B, the Admirals groups plural, and Tier 4B for us on the internet group. Well, so far today, we have not received any notifications. It's a little bit surprising because the info came in yesterday. Was very definitive about us getting ready to go. And everything being ready, everything done, and now we're just waiting for the result of that. And this could turn into a weekend event. It could be that we get tomorrow and we start exchanges tomorrow or over the weekend. So I'm not giving up on the fact that everything was just absolutely lit up to come in today. But for some reason, we did not get it today. I'm not quite sure. I'm really not sure at all. So we're going to try to stay on it. And you know what happens on a Tuesday or Thursday night after the big call is over? I tend to get more information later, an hour, 2 hours after the big call ends. Something will come in and I'll say, where was that at 7 or 8 o'clock? Where was that when I could have brought it onto the call, right? And that's been the case. But regardless of that, the Ask the Prospects of this going tomorrow, Saturday through the weekend, is there very strong, very strong. So I would say we continue to lift up the idea of everything coming in. We understand that as far as R&R goes, those are exchanging and redeeming ZIM, for example. That the R&R accounts are already deposited into our Quantum financial account and that we will have a Quantum card that we will access that account with. And then we'll be able to deposit those funds from our Quantum account directly into our Wells Fargo primary or master. And then we will go from that point on with moving funds in. Also, here's a point that was brought up to me yesterday that maybe I wasn't clear. 0N the Quantum Access Card. That card that I've described is 3 times the thickness of a normal credit card. It has 3 chips in it, computer chips, and it is designed to only move funds from our Quantum account into 1 or 2 or 3 bank accounts. And that's it. You don't buy anything with it. You don't charge anything with it, only move funds. Now, when you get into your redemption center appointment, and they get to the point where they've set up your Wells account, quantity and your information to get access to it. Your biometric finger or thumbprint, your username and password to get into the account, your 5-digit PIN code tied to you, and then a brand new email. Different email, brand new email, and its password to get into that. Those things all need to be set up to get into the Quantum account. What else will you get when you set up your account, your master account, or I call it, primary account? You'll receive a debit credit card for the Wells Fargo Bank. A debit credit card that's tied to your brand new account that you've just moved into. That's how you gain access to those funds. Now you'll also have, obviously, if you're a check writing person, you can get checks, but primarily you'll wire funds from that account. You can Zelle funds from that account. You can move funds. You know that are there using your credit debit card. My case, I think what I'm going to do is set up anything that I have that I'm using the card for. I'll make sure that whenever that card is due, allow that card to be directly debited from my primary account to pay for everything that's due that I charge or that I charge for the month. Probably do it a day or 2 before the due date. Make it automatic every month. Make sure it's up to go automatically. So that's paid every month. And I don't have to be in the country to do it. I don't have to just be at all. It's automatic debit from my account to pay it off. Okay, do that every month, so there won't be anything late coming. No late charges or late fees or any of that noise. It's just all going to be automatic from the master account. Okay, So just keep that in mind if that's something you might want to do. So you're going to have the two cards right away, the Quantum account. You must keep it in a very safe place. I would not put it in a safe deposit box, although GH seems like a good option, but let's keep it if you have the ability to keep it safe with you, not on your person, too dangerous with you, but in a safe place, at home. Or wherever you feel is your safest possible place to keep the Quantum account. Call it that Quantum account, or Quantum access card. Your credit debit card, they'll print these out, stamp these when you're in the redemption center. They'll make those cards for you while you're there. You should not do those to come out. Those should be stamped and printed immediately for you. And in some cases, what I'm going to try to do is make, well, the name of my trust, for example, make the primary account, the trust bank account. If you will, I think we can do that, and just make sure that you know you're the signatory on it, so that your signature can go when you make a charge on that card. Okay, so we'll see what they let us do with that. Should be doable, and let's see. Is there anything else to bring up tonight? I don't think there's a whole lot else. You guys have heard it in past calls, but I did have a question about that credit debit card yesterday, and glad I was able to answer that. Speaking of what's been happening in the Carolinas. And what's been happening in Maui, gosh. That was a year ago, gosh, cannot believe what happened in Maui was a year ago, but it was actually a year ago. So what I'm thinking, we're staying on top of it. We're doing a call, not a big call, but a private call with Trish and James. He was running point on Maui. He's got additional contacts that we're going to keep in touch with over there and try to just find out exactly what the heck is going on still, even in Maui. We're gonna stay on top of what's happening in these hurricane-affected zones in the Carolinas, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia and Florida. I think that covers the area that was the most hit. Believe so. We're going to continue to pray for people to be recovered, to be found, and hopefully alive, and then we'll just take it one day at a time with that. I am hoping that the information I got yesterday that was pointing to today for notifications was just a day behind, and that all that information is still good, but not today, but maybe tomorrow. So I think that's quite possible. Like I said, I can't verify that, but I'm glad everybody is here listening tonight, and we look forward to everything going through by the weekend. So let's go ahead and pray the call out, keeping in mind that we're still lifting up Tom and Pastor Scott for full recovery from strokes. I don't have it tonight, but we should be able to find out something. If we have a call on Tuesday, we'll see it's possible. I'm hoping this our last call, but we'll see if it is or not. Okay, let's pray out the call now. That's everything we wanted to say. Thank you. Listen to the full version on the official DinarReport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.